It's got to stop. It has got to stop. We have to pump the brakes. It has got to stop. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. The narratives, the false narratives, trying to sway the true boxing fans with casual boxing takes. And now it has gone and ran so rampant within the sport of boxing that now the fighters are running with the same narratives. It's like they are starting to believe these false narratives themselves, and they know better. With that said, IBF, International Boxing Federation, junior welterweight, Puerto Rican star, world champion, Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias is 20 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 20 wins by way of knockout. He's 31 years of age, 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach. Subriel Matias has a loss. He has recently been labeled the boogeyman, okay? Subriel Matias has been labeled the boogeyman. And Subriel Matias, this is of late. He's had, let's be real here, he's a puncher. Subriel Matias lost in February of 2020 to Petros Anayan, who was 14 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 7 wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age. He lost a unanimous decision and was dropped in that fight. Since that loss, he came back, he fought Malik the Iceman Hawkins. He won a 6-round knockout victory over Malik Hawkins. That's when he really started to be notarized, when people really started to take notice because of the popularity and the familiarity that the boxing world had with Malik the Iceman Hawkins. Okay? And so he got a 6-round knockout over Malik Hawkins. He came back in October of the year. He lost in February. He came back October. He beat Malik Hawkins. Now, remember, he was the underdog because he was coming off of a loss to a guy with 14 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 7 wins by way of knockout. 7, a non-puncher. He got outboxed, got dropped, and lost a unanimous decision. So he was the underdog against Malik Hawkins, and he beat Malik Hawkins. Not only did he beat him, but he stopped him in the 6th round. Then he came back in 2021. He had 1 fight against Jumbayev. He knocked him out and stopped him in the 8th round. Then he had 1 fight in 2022. Okay? He rematched Anayan, Petro Anayan, and he stopped him in the 9th round. Right? Then he had 2 fights in 2023. Ponce, he stopped him in the 5th round. And Egrashov, he stopped him in the 6th round. So yes, people love to highlight the fact that he came back and he got the stoppage victory in the rematch. He shouldn't have never had the rematch if he's the quote-unquote boogeyman like people say he is. Because he was in there with a non-puncher. And now, Subriel Matias is following and pushing the false narrative now himself, saying that he is indeed a bigger superstar and a more action-packed fighter than one undefeated 2-division world champion, former undisputed lightweight world champion, now the reigning WBC junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is top 10 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, and Devin the Dream Haney, who is 31 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He is 25 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach. Let's be clear. Subriel Matias is saying that Devin Haney is trying to latch on to the names of Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis. Well, in case Subriel Matias doesn't understand and doesn't know, He has 2 glorified sparring sessions with Gervonta Tank Davis, and they have a deep-rooted history. He has a deep-rooted history with Ryan Garcia, who has 6 fights with Ryan Garcia. They split 3-3 in the amateurs. So he has a history attached to Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis. And he's creating his own path in his own lane. Right? Subriel Matias is misunderstanding that Ryan Garcia, this false narrative that Ryan Garcia is this major draw. When you attach Ryan Garcia's name to Gervonta Tank Davis' name, Gervonta Tank Davis is widely acknowledged as one of the face, if not the face of the sport of boxing. No doubt, he's a superstar, major draw. He's 29 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 wins by way of knockout, 29 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney have a history, a deep-rooted history. Okay? It's personal. Ryan Garcia has a deep-rooted history with Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia has never done a pay-per-view before Gervonta Tank Davis, and he never did a pay-per-view after Gervonta Tank Davis. Yes, Gervonta Tank Davis is a major draw. He has the record for the live gate at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, with a $5 million gate. He has the record at the Capital One Arena with a $5.2 million gate. And he fought guys that were relatively unknown to the casual boxing world in Rolando Rolly Romero and Hector Garcia. Then he has that massive gate with Ryan Garcia, $23 million gate, the 5th highest gate in Las Vegas boxing history. And he did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. So yes, but the common denominator is Gervonta Tank Davis. And keep in mind, Gervonta Tank Davis has a checklist of opponents that he himself wants to fight. 3 fighters that include one in which is Devin Haney. So how could Devin Haney be hitching his wagon and, as he said, trying to ride in a car with Gervonta Tank Davis? Doesn't make sense. And Ryan Garcia never sold out arena. He wasn't making more money. Before the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, Ryan Garcia never made in a single fight more money than Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia never sold out an arena, and Ryan Garcia never did no pay-per-views. So how could he possibly be a bigger star than Devin Haney, who's done pay-per-views outside of Gervonta Tank Davis? And you can say Devin Haney hasn't done massive pay-per-views if you want. But guess what? One pay-per-view is more than none. So that means one person will pay to see me. Nobody paid to see you outside of Gervonta Tank Davis. But how we don't know, they just paid to see Gervonta Tank Davis. Period. So with that said, Subriel Matias is Johnny come lately to this on the spot. The biggest name he's beaten is Malik Hawkins. And that was the upset victory. But he has a loss and was outboxed. And he's saying Devin Haney is boring. But you lost to a boring fighter with only 7 knockouts. And nobody knows who Subriel Matias is outside of the hardcore boxing fans. The false narrative that is being pushed that Devin Haney is not a draw and that Devin Haney is boring is absurd at this point in time. And for fighters like Subriel Matias, this is why it's extremely risky to open this door and start labeling fighters. When you a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis can do that. When you Subriel Matias, you absolutely cannot do that. Gervonta Tank Davis can do that because he's proven. Ryan Garcia can't do that because he's not proven. He's only proven with Gervonta Tank Davis. He's not, again, he never made more money than Devin Haney. He never sold out arena like Devin Haney did. He didn't do any pay-per-views outside of Gervonta Tank Davis. He did 1 pay-per-view in his entire career. He's never fought for a world title. So how could he even be a world champion? So not only has he never been a world champion, but he never even fought for a world title. So based off of his social media following, we're trying to label him a pay-per-view face of boxing. He's not. Period. So let's listen to what Subriel Matias had to say. And he's saying that because he's a Latino fighter, he's a Latino fighter that has power, so he's a bigger draw than Devin the Dream Haney. This is getting out of hand. It's getting really ridiculous. And it's disrespectful. It's doing the justice to the sport of boxing. Okay? It's irresponsible. Period. Let's listen to what he had to say.
¿Sabes? Haney no no vende ni 40,000 pay-per-view. ¿Sabes? Haney lo que está buscando es quién lo remolque a él. Por eso menciona a Ryan.
So to translate, he said Devin Haney don't sell, is what he's saying. And he's saying that Devin Haney can't even sell 40,000 pay-per-views. He sold none. How dare somebody that has never done a pay-per-view, has never headlined a major card, has never sold a pay-per-view in his entire career, that's 31. He's 6 years older than Devin Haney. Okay? He has 21 fights, 10 less fights than Devin Haney. Right? And he's talking about what Devin Haney don't sell. It's getting ridiculous and it's really irresponsible to the sport of boxing. If you're Gervonta Tank Davis, you can say this. If you are not Gervonta Tank Davis, you should not be mentioning pay-per-view sales or a draw when you're not a draw. Period. So he's saying that Devin Haney continues to mention the names of Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis instead of mention his name because he's trying to hitch his wagon to being a superstar based off of them. But you're trying to hitch your wagon off of him because he sold more than you. So why are you chasing Devin Haney instead of chasing Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez? Makes no sense, right? So let's look at this. He said why he mentioned Ryan mentions what others. He said Gervonta Tank Davis. It just comes off as Bonta. It's his accent. He says, and even I have never done a pay-per-view. Dare say that I sell more than him for he's saying he never sold a pay-per-view, but he still sells more than Devin Haney. Devin Haney did over 100,000 pay-per-views with Lomachenko. You have never sold one. Ryan has never sold one pay-per-view. And he's saying, listen, for the fact and simple fact that being a Latino, this is what he said. Look in translation, just in case y'all don't understand and think I'm making it up. You see the translation right there? Right? You see it. For the simple fact of being Latino. This is what he said. For the simple fact of being Latino. He sells more. Because this false narrative in the sport of boxing that has been created that if you're a Latino fighter, then you are automatically a draw. Lies. So he's saying for the community will support you. So he's saying that the Puerto Rican Latino fan base is going to support him. Nobody knows who he is and nobody's been supporting him. My style is the one the public wants to see. That's what he said. My style is the style the public wants to see. You see the translation right there. Right? And I have the audacity and I have the guts. I'm paraphrasing to fight, the way I fight in the ring, essentially. And he's saying that Devin Haney just runs. So he's saying that I have the guts to fight and be action-packed. And all Devin Haney does is run. And he already showed in his last fight. He has like 3 pay-per-view buys. This is what he says. His last fight, he has like 3 pay-per-view buys. He doesn't do the numbers. This is what he said. It's got to stop. The false narratives in the sport of boxing has got to stop. So he's saying the names he's calling out is like Gervonta Tank Davis is already proven. Yeah, we know that. And now he says Ryan Garcia showed that he's proven to. You see what he said? Gervonta Tank Davis is already proven, and Ryan Garcia as well.
Demostró con el Volta, vendió 1 punto tanto. Entonces, él quiere montarse en el coche.
So he's saying so much so that he wants to get in the car with them, as you can see right there. So he's saying he's trying to hitch his wagon, get in the car with Ryan and Tank. That's why he's calling him out. It's really ridiculous that this can even be a thing. How dare he mention pay-per-views and he's done none? The sport of boxing is an absolute circus. Point blank and period. I truly hope that father, trainer, manager, CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, Bill Haney, they take this fight with Subriel Matias. I truly hope they do. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out moving forward. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, and get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm going. Peace.